Good evening, my fellow villagers. Happy New Year, and I hope you had a Merry Christmas. And I really hope there were a lot of village pieces underneath your Christmas tree because you were being very good this year. And speaking of very good, it has been a very good year for collectors, clubs, and the NCC as a whole. For collectors, we got to see some amazing designs given to us by the artists at Department 56. These designs were above and beyond what we had seen in the past. We had also seen the introduction of new licenses in our village and have heard since that there are more to come, which is exciting because licensing opened up a whole new area of people who may not be exposed to our beautiful villages. This year also brought the introduction of the Mike Good Memorial Club Award. This award was designed in honor of Mike Good, past president of the NCC, as a way to memorialize him and what he meant to us as collectors and what he meant to clubs and being part of a club and sharing that club. This award was designed to go specifically to a club and not an individual collector. The selecting committee nominated 3 clubs this year. And of those 3 clubs, they were sent to the other part of the committee and they were voted on. The committee reviewed all 3 clubs, and if there was any questions pertaining to a club on maybe their charity or how they continue to excite collecting, I did the running for the selecting committee. After deliberation, they decided on the California 56 collectors to be the inaugural Mike Good Award recipient. I had the pleasure to be able to present this live at the Graceland house lighting, which coincided with the first anniversary of the UNESCO Gift Gallery featuring Department 56's world's largest publicly displayed collection of village. This perpetual plaque will be housed at the gallery, and it'll showcase that club. And every year, the next Mike Good recipient will be added to that plaque. Not only does this share that club and what they've done, but it serves as a silent salesman to the NCC within the gallery. I had the pleasure again to present it live with Angie Marchese of Elvis Presley Enterprises. She serves as the vice president of archives. Anything that comes into the archives and anything that comes into the village, she was part of that had to get it cataloged. So it was nice to invite her, and plus she give her perspective on how she saw the Elvis enthusiasts embracing village, where I got to see the village enthusiasts embracing Elvis. We have seen last year the introduction of a new Graceland in 2023, and this year a lot of new collectors have come from just being able to see that piece there at the gallery and purchasing it and starting their collection. Another exciting thing for collectors this year was the 2024 Collector of the Year Award. Even though I'm the president and the Collector of the Year Award is the pet project of the NCC vice president, it will always have a special place in my heart from the time I served as vice president. This year, we had several very good and very qualified candidates. So it made it very difficult for the voting committee. Ultimately, it was voted on Judy Severance. Judy Severance, not only, you may recognize her name as the editor of the NCC Club Connection, but she also does her club, the Southwest Villagers newsletter. And Judy has excelled in bringing our club connection to more of a magazine perspective and not just a newsletter about all of us. Speaking of the club connection, you will see a slight change next year as it will be quarterly instead of bi-monthly, but being it quarterly will allow us more time to bring additional articles to inform and possibly bring you more make and takes that your club can do. Please continue to be in constant contact with your regional rep, because when you let them know and they get it in that club connection, that helps us as club presidents, as club reps, to get ideas for meetings and stay fresh and exciting when we see meeting ideas work for your club. I personally borrowed an idea from the Oklahoma City class of 56 and done a Christmas bag light framed art that kind of looked like a lit Thomas Kincaid. So I see the value in it. I want you to continue sharing those ideas, and you see the value in that. The UNESCO Gift Gallery celebrated its first anniversary. This is exciting, as this is our new home. This gives us a place to go and enjoy seeing a multitude of pieces all at once. Plus, as we're excited, we can step on into the UNESCO store and actually purchase a new piece. They are an associate member of ours, and they joined us along with several new associate members, including one that just got voted on 2 days ago. You will get an email about our newest associate member from our secretary shortly. It is excited to continue to add associate members. Associate members are passionate about collecting like us and really share in what we believe is one of the greatest hobbies you can have, be it village for displaying or village with trains. We are already entered 2025. It's hard to believe that we're saying 2025, a quarter of a century into the 2000s. Next year, it's going to be even more exciting. I've already been privy to seeing some of the new pieces, and it's even more exciting than what we saw in October. Speaking of new pieces, when we had the gathering just a few short weeks ago, we had a chance that we have never had before. Vice President of Product Development, Tim Haney, joined us. We called it Inside Department 56. Between Tim Haney, Lisa Johnson, and our very own Miss Littown, Melinda Seegers, we got an exciting input to what Department 56 was doing for 2025 and even on 2026. Now, I can't reveal any of that because, yes, it is top secret. We've never had this type of access with Department 56. We've never had them give us this type of permission to share with us. Melinda's tried, and we know that, but Tim pushed a little harder and got a little access, and it was so exciting. I know that those of you who joined us on that mini virtual gathering left just speechless. Again, great new village coming. And with new village always comes more collectors. And this year, in this year, the NCC will be adding a new way for collectors to connect to you and me and clubs and our organization as a whole. I just went to a wedding last night. I had a +1. It was my wife. Have you ever received an invitation and there's a +1? That +1 is for you to take with you, to excite about, to have enjoy in this passion. That +1 may not necessarily be connected to that event, but they are getting to come because they have passion for it like you. We are announcing the NCC +1. This is a new membership opportunity for those of you, those out there who at this time can't be part of a club or are so busy with their schedules that being part of a club is just out of the question. I know even in my club, I've heard, I can't make the meeting. I have Rotary this weekend, or I have another meeting, or my grandkids have a game. And we understand that. And me and you, we know the value and the passion that comes with being part of a club, and those as our secretary likes to say, those enablers that push you to buy a new piece when you're thinking, I don't need that, but then they say, oh, it would look perfect here. That's what being in a club is about, being that camaraderie, that connection, that family. We need to connect to more collectors. If you are active on Facebook, you'll know that there's a couple of Facebook groups that have 15 and 20,000 members. A lot of those people are not members of an NCC club. We want to lead them to our clubs. The NCC Plus One will start as an individual membership, a connection to the greater whole, so to speak, allowing us to get information to these collectors that so as they can realize what being part of an NCC club is all about. I remember at the gathering last year, I sat down at round table with part of the executive board and members of Department 56. One gentleman sat down and we were discussing about how to pick out a fake or a counterfeit village piece in the earlier years of Snow Village. He revealed to me that he had been a member of a former club who had disbanded and come back together and ultimately disbanded again. He said to me, I wish there was a way for individual people to connect back to the NCC. And that is where this idea was born. What we hope is that once we bring them into the door, once they see how connected the NCC is with Department 56 and the extra information we get early and the information that we share with each other, even in clubs, will entice them to join a club. So this is not getting rid of clubs in any way because, as you know, I've been a member of a club for 35 years, and those club members are my family. I've seen club members move. I've seen club members move into our clubs. I've seen them pass. I've seen new members born into our clubs. I've had new members born into my family. Both of my daughters thoroughly love Village, and one of the exciting new villages that come out brought a smile to Emma's face, and I was really shocked that she was that excited. And she said, Daddy, I've got to have them all, which warmed my heart and hurt my wallet at the same time. So it's exciting that we are having this opportunity to bring more people and connect to more collectors. As you know, every year when I do my State of the Village address, I like to throw something out there, an exciting contest. And this came about today even, as me and the executive board were discussing a way to start our new year off with a bang, with an excitement, with momentum. Now, speaking of momentum, our clubs, I've been told by the regional reps and by club presidents that several of our clubs have seen growth this past year, which is exciting. Me, I say one new member is growth, and that's what I push for every year. But if you can get 5, 10, 15 new members, that is very exciting. And 2 years ago, we asked all of our clubs to tell their club rep, how many active paying members do you have? Now, this isn't to keep tabs on how many members you have or not. This is so we can see how growth is going. We found out close to an exact number of members a few years back in our clubs in the NCC as a whole. We are going to use this information to chart and see how much growth has come and share that both with our clubs and with Department 56, as Department 56 is very excited about the new Plus One initiative. So this is for your clubs. This is for you, club reps, club presidents. Please email your regional rep and myself with the number of members that you have, paid members that you have. For every club that enters that, you will be entered into a drawing. Now, am I going to tell you what's coming? No, because this is a part of the surprise. How many clubs will be drawn? That will be part of the surprise. I want you to get out there. I want you to connect with your regional rep. Stay connected with them. They are your connection to the NCC board and everything that we are hearing and able to filter down. The board is not this unreachable position, this unreachable group. We are active, every member from myself all the way down to the non-voting members, such as our Zoom coordinator. Your regional rep is your connection to that board. All the information that we share in meetings, board meetings, come down to you through them. I want you to continue to share that your information from your meetings up to them and to us. This is going to be an exciting year. Everyone laughs when I say this, and I've said it a lot. It's a good time to be a collector. And it's going to be an even better time for the remainder of this year. I want to thank each of you for taking the time to watch the State of the Village address. And until next time, happy villaging and good night.